There's an interesting kind of a formula or kind of a juxtaposition of idea. Well, let me tell you what I'm talking about. The guys walking around in maybe kind of the bad parts of the city. You know how they are walking around with the brown paper bags and they're like sniffing hairspray, to get high? The huffers, I guess they're called. It's interesting because those guys, they're walking around all day with this hairspray, and yet they have the worst hair. Which seems, so silly because just give yourself the first spritz, and then after that, whatever you got to do to stay around. But dude, you could make yourself look a lot better. But the problem is the police. The police are trying to crack down on these sniffers because a lot of times they get their hairspray and stuff at the corner store, these little corner stores in neighborhoods. And so they go in to arrest the guys. Sir, you're under arrest for selling hairspray to those guys. Except the owner of the shop says, "What do you mean? Look at those guys. They look like they needed hairspray." And the cops go, yeah, they do. All right, I guess we can't fault you for that. But another one of these formulas is, the guy that has the most keys on his belt, like the landlord leather cap-wearing kind of guy, with the retractable keychain, that thing. The guy with the most keys on his belt is the guy that looks like the guy you would least likely trust with even one of your keys. The more keys a guy has, the more shifty he looks. But they're like key savants, right? They know where every key to every door is. 8B, and they can just feel it. I can't even tell my trunk key from my ignition key, and I've had the same car for 8 years. These guys. They just know what key. They just know. Those are the same guys that are most likely to carry a jackknife around in their pocket. The guys that carry it around so much that it's kind of worn around their pocket where they always keep their jackknife. And I always think they're such losers and such rubes. And yet I have a friend, actually my brother-in-law, who carries a jackknife with him all the time. And every time he's around, I always find a reason to borrow it. Hey, dude, I got to open up this new CD, or I got this loose screw. I would never carry one around, but if there's ever someone around that has a jackknife, I always want to borrow their jackknife. Speaking of keys, I got a new piece of luggage a while ago. And you know how the luggage comes with the little lock and those couple of little keys? Yeah, because that'll keep the Air Canada baggage guys out of your luggage, right? And those keys are cut specifically for your lock. Don't kid yourself. Oh, no, it's not like they mass-produced those keys. They are designed to only open your... Here's a couple months ago I was flying to Vancouver. This is a true story, and I was flying. And when you buy your ticket, then the agent puts your piece of luggage on that conveyor belt, and mine got stuck. That little lock, which I hadn't taken off yet. I had long since lost the keys. That lock had got caught in the conveyor belt, and the woman looks at me and she goes like, "May I?" And I go, "Yeah." And she just with her bare hands, just like a 5'2", 100-pound woman, just ripped the lock off. I mean, well, that makes me feel so much more safe. And bathroom keys. How big can those pieces of hockey stick get that are attached to bathroom keys? Look, I know they don't want us to steal their bathroom keys. I mean, I get that because they always have to then, just make new ones and it costs them money. But I mean, I think, my wife and I were driving back from Toronto a while ago. We were in like Kenora or something, and it was like, it's not like I'm coming home to my wife and going, "Mwah. If we ever go to the Kenora Petrocan, we never have to wait in line again." I don't care. But we went to this one mom and pop place, and they had a whole hockey stick attached to the key, and I shoot left, and it was a left. Well, I hadn't thought of stealing it, but now I thought, well, maybe I should steal this. It's a nice hockey stick. Like what? Like how are they thinking that's going to stop us from stealing? What are they talking about next? Hey, listen, honey, what should we do to keep people from stealing those bathroom keys? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we could attach a $100 bill to it. That should remind them. Or maybe an antique lamp. Come on. Speaking of going to the bathroom, sometimes in the city it's not hard to find a place to go to the bathroom, but you feel obligated to spend some money. If you go, let's say you go to a Tim Hortons or whatever, and if the place is packed, you can easily get in and get out without spending any money. But if there's not very many people in there, you kind of feel obligated, right, to get something. And you always do that thing where you walk up. Really, the only thing you want to do, you're just thinking, I got to get to the bathroom. But you walk up to the menu and you're looking at it because you got to look at the menu at Tim Hortons because you really don't know what they serve. Coffee. I didn't know that. And then you just kind of do that look like, I'm just going to head over to the. So you go to the bathroom and you come back and you have to get something. And I suppose the going rate's probably what, a coffee and a muffin. I suppose a coffee and a bran muffin is the accepted value in exchange for going to the bathroom. But the problem, of course, if you are prone to go to the bathroom and then you have a coffee and a bran muffin, I mean, really, within 3 minutes, you just have to go again. Good thing 3 blocks down the road, there's another Tim Hortons.